Hi everyone, comic reviewer here. This time reviewing on Barbie Presents Thumbelina. Now as you know, Barbie Presents Thumbelina is a 2009 animated fantasy film, and keep in mind that this was the last Barbie film distributed by Entertainment Rights outside of North America. And keep in mind that the point of this film is meant to be a modern retelling of Hans Christian's story, Thumbelina. So the premise of the movie is meant to focus, Barbie at a nature preserve telling a group of kindergarten students about the Twillabies and Thumbelina. And we do kind of see how, in Barbie's story, we see how Thumbelina and the Twillabies have to save their home from construction workers led by a young girl, Makenda, and her parents. And you do kind of see how, Makenda is kind of like this spoiled girl. You kind of see how she tries to kind of boast off about some of the stuff to her friends, and you do see how her parents are more focused on building a factory with one of their investors. And we do kind of see how Thumbelina does everything that she can to try and get Makenda to see reason and help her kind of understand the consequences of what can happen to the Twillabies' home. And I think what the film gets right at is kind of showing how that, Makenda's not really a bad kid. You can kind of tell she's trying to show off her wealth to her friends, and you can kind of tell her friends do questionable things and immoral stuff. And we do kind of see how, the head of the construction team, known as Myron, I don't think is a bad guy. I think it's just a guy who's trying to keep a schedule ahead. And I think it doesn't really help that they don't paint him in a really positive light. Because, if you're leading construction teams, or you have to deal with things like people going extremes of blocking your way in that, then you're not going to be happy because it's wasting time and money. The thing about protecting the environment and nature is coming up with reasonable, logical agreements and not putting your life at risk. And I think the point throughout the film is that, the film does show you the points about making a difference. You do see how Makenda realizes the consequences of her lifestyle, and you do see even her parents see the consequences of what could have happened if they didn't listen to Makenda's warnings. The thing about making an actual difference is about understanding people's problems, what they're going through, and understanding what you want to do to make things right. The thing about making things right is seeing the situation, understanding what you can do, as well as helping to do things on the right path without going too extreme. I think while the film isn't perfect, I think it's one of those films that's there to keep little kids entertained, but I think the moral and the message still keeps up pretty well. Because, it's important to keep the environment safe as well as nature. And sometimes, you can't do things the extreme way, and sometimes you need to understand other people's problems and understand their warnings as well as their advice before going too extreme. So, I definitely think this film deserves a thumbs up. Well, it's not as great, it's still enjoyable, it's still watchable, but it knows the movie it has to be. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.